So Lily and August are talking out on the porch. This is chapter 12, part 4. And Lily had just asked August what made her mom so depressed because they were talking about how upset her mom was and how her mom could have left Lily back in Sylvan with T-Ray while she went to Tiburon to visit August. The rain picked up, coming down in large silver-black sheets. I tried, but I couldn't make heads or tails of my heart. One minute I hated my mother, and the next I felt sorry for her. Okay, so she was having a nervous breakdown, but how could she leave me behind like that, I said. After she'd been here 3 months and was feeling a little better, she started talking about how much she missed you. Finally, she went back to Sylvan to get you. I sat up and looked at August, hearing the quick suck of air through my lips. She came back to get me? She planned to bring you here to Tiburon to live. She even talked to Clayton about filing divorce papers. The last time I saw her, she was on a bus, waving at me through the window. I leaned my head on August's shoulder and knew exactly what had happened next. I closed my eyes, and there it was. The long-gone day that would never leave. The suitcase on the floor. How she'd tossed clothes into it without folding them. Hurry, she'd kept saying. T-Ray had told me she came back for her things, but she'd come back for me, too. She'd wanted to bring me here, to Tiburon, to August. If only we'd made it. I remembered the sound of T-Ray's boots on the stairs. I wanted to pound my fist against something, to scream at my mother for getting caught, for not packing faster, for not coming sooner. At last, I looked up at August. When I spoke, my mouth tasted bitter. I remember it. I remember her coming back for me. I wondered about that, she said. T-Ray found her packing. They were yelling and fighting. I stopped, hearing their voices in my head. Go on, August said. I looked down at my hands. They were trembling. She grabbed a gun from inside the closet, but he took it away from her. It happened so fast, it gets mixed up in my brain. I saw the gun on the floor and I picked it up. I don't know why I did that. I wanted to help, to give it back to her. Why did I do that? Why did I pick it up? August slid out to the edge of the swing and turned to face me. Her eyes were determined looking. Do you remember what happened next? After you picked it up? I shook my head. Only the noise, the explosion, so loud. The chains on the swing twitched. I looked over and saw August frowning. How did you find out about my mother dying? I said. When Deborah didn't come back like she said, well, I had to know what happened. So I called your house. A woman answered. She said she was a neighbor. A neighbor of ours told you? I asked. She said Deborah had been killed in an accident with a gun. That's all she would say. I turned and looked out at the night, at dripping tree limbs, at shadows moving on the half-lit porch. You didn't know that I was the one who did it? No, I never imagined such a thing, she said. I'm not sure I can imagine it now. She laced her fingers together, then laid them in her lap. I tried to find out more. I called back again, and Terrence Ray answered, but he wouldn't talk about it. He kept wanting to know who I was. I even called the police station in Sylvan, but they wouldn't give out any information either. Just said it was an accidental death. So I've had to live with not knowing all these years. We sat in the stillness. The rain had nearly stopped, leaving us with all this quiet and a sky with no moon. Come on, August said. Let's get you in bed. We walked into the night, into the blurring song of katydids, the thud splat of raindrops on the umbrella, all those terrible rhythms that you take up inside of you when you let your guard down. Left you, they drummed. Left you, left you. Knowing can be a curse on a person's life. I'd traded in a pack of lies for a pack of truth, and I didn't know which one was heavier, which one took the most strength to carry around. It was a ridiculous question, though, because once you knew the truth, you can't ever go back and pick up your suitcase of lies. Heavier or not, the truth is yours now. In the honey house, August waited till I crawled under the sheets, then bent over and kissed my forehead. Every person on the face of the earth makes mistakes, Lily. Every last one. We're all so human. Your mother made a terrible mistake, but she tried to fix it. Good night, I said, and rolled onto my side. There's nothing perfect, August said from the doorway. There's only life. And that's the end of chapter 12.